up? It's the Aftertouch podcast. Me, Tyler. Got my boy Taft here.
Oh, yeah. I'm here.
It's just us. It's just us. We're all by ourselves.
My camera's like screwy, so I'm going to mess with that real quick.
Yeah, dude, go for it. I'll talk while you mess with it.
Yeah, just speak. We're talking Blade Runner 2049.
We are talking freaking Blade Runner 2049, guys. If you haven't seen it, go see it. This is official endorsement for Blade Runner 2049. No, guys, this is what we're talking about today. Is we're going to be talking about Blade Runner 2049, sequel to Blade Runner. It's so freaking good. But before that, we just want to really quick thank everyone for the episodes you guys have watched. We're so grateful for our guests.
Totally. We are grateful. We've had awesome guests on. We have a good time every time they're on. So
it's fun.
Lots of fun.
Lots
okay,
of fun.
For those of you that don't know what Blade Runner's about, it's basically like a future dystopian society set in Los Angeles. The first one came out in the 80s with Harrison Ford. And it's one of the main concepts in the film are replicants. And replicants are like
Androids,
robots, you could say.
Robots that look like humans.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And it brings up questions like, can a robot really have feelings? Can a robot love? So there's lots of interesting concepts.
The first one like really dealt with can a replicant. We're gonna keep saying replicant because that is Blade Runner talk.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
it is.
Replicant and like can they have feelings? Yeah, can they have emotions? Because the only weird scene I thought from the very first one was when Harrison Ford is like, "Kiss me." Oh, you remember that? He's like,
yeah.
Kiss me.
Harrison Ford gets a bit aggressive.
It was kind of rapey.
Yeah, it was a bit rapey.
But maybe Todd, you can explain that. I kind of understood the ending of the first Blade Runner, but I also didn't. Can you maybe explain?
The ending of it.
Ending, and then we'll go into the sequel.
So, honestly, it's like they're the main bad guy in it, the antagonist, we could say. He ends up saving Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford's about to die, fall off a building, and he saves him. And you're like, wait a minute. He literally breaks his fingers. Like, he's given Harrison Ford a hard time, and then at the end he saves him. And I think it's kind of a theme of like atonement. Like maybe the replicant started to feel or understand, So that's the way But
why does he at the end grab the girl replicant that he's been hiding, and why do they run away? I also didn't understand that.
Why did they run?
Yeah, why did they run?
That's a good question. I have no idea. That's a really good question.
Viewers, if you guys know, please put in the comments.
Yeah, in the comments. Anyone that's a Blade Runner fan would like to know.
Because that was one thing at the end. I was just like, why are they running?
One reason could be because she's a replicant, and maybe Harrison Ford wanted to be with her, and he knew that she would be hunted down or something. I don't know, because she escaped Tyrell Corporation. Tyrell Corporation, for those that haven't seen Blade Runner, they're the one that manufacture the replicants and make the cyborgs, basically. Yeah.
I have some theories, but let's go into real quick 2049.
Yeah.
And then we'll bring up what's going on. But so Taft is a huge Blade Runner fan. He's the one who brought me back in. I'd seen it before once vaguely, and then I rewatched it with Taft. Good movie. And then Taft's like, let's watch it. Let's watch the new one. So we did. I think
it's long.
It was 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Taft, what is your review on Blade Runner 2049?
Honestly,
man, you've already seen it twice.
Yeah, I saw it again the next day with my brother. I'm like, dude, this is like a visual feast and treat. Like, that movie, the sound design, the lighting, everything about it is so cool. You know? But it's definitely more, it's not like a blockbuster action flick that you'd go to be constantly stimulated. Yeah. It's definitely more slow-paced, meditative, and then when there is action, it's awesome.
Oh my gosh, when there is action, it is brutal.
Yeah, it's way cool. But it's obviously 2049, that's the year it takes place in. The original Blade Runner takes place in 2019, I
Yeah.
think, which is kind of interesting that
The time.
Ridley Scott saw the future
Yeah.
in that way, which
It's cool.
Yeah, and we're not that far off from 2019. Obviously,
Yeah.
we don't have flying cars yet, but
I hope we do.
yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
I think one of the things that but Ridley Scott, he put in so many, and here's the thing, but Ridley Scott didn't do much on Blade Runner 2049. It was a different
No, he was
director.
just the executive producer
Yeah.
on it.
But like there was a lot of themes that were portrayed. One of the big ones, which is kind of funny, was the idea of AI love.
Oh,
Like if I was to fall in love with Siri, let's just
Yeah.
check real quick. Siri, I love you. Siri, I love you.
I know.
She knows.
I know.
But like it was in like he was so Ryan Gosling, everyone's the main character, and he's a replicant. But he's a new wave of replicant. And they're programmed. I think that was the problem with the first set of replicants in the original Blade Runner.
Yeah, the Nexus 6s, they started to have kind of their own will and to be rebellious.
And that's why they had to be
Yeah.
destroyed
Yeah, they
by
had to be
Harrison
destroyed.
Ford at the beginning of in the first one.
Yeah, and they'd use them as slave labor because they have enhanced strength. And that's basically. But then you start to kind of think, oh, well, is that wrong? Because they're
self-aware.
Yeah, they're self-aware. They're almost human, but they're not human. So it brings up lots of questions, and I think that's fascinating. Subject matter for a film,
what
a
happened?
sci-fi film.
What happens when Siri's sick of getting asked questions and she hacks?
Yeah,
and she
attacks back.
hacks my phone, and
Yeah.
it's just like this is Tyler's search history.
Wow, that'd be interesting. This is Tyler's search history.
Puts it on the world. That's why I go private, guys. But yeah, and so with Ryan Gosling, he's the new replicant.
New generation Nexus 8.
They still have all the abilities, but they're more they're programmed to just
Be
obey.
disciplined and obey. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even okay, yeah, we won't get into spoilers, but yeah.
The main theme was really I thought the thing that Blade Runner 2049 brought up is freedom and the ability to have emotions and think. Is this something that just everything is given? Because I feel like we take for granted that we think, oh, only humans have those emotions. But plants know what they do and don't like. They will grow away from certain
that's true.
negativities. If you were to grow a plant and put a speaker next to it and play rock music, the plant would grow away from the plant. From the music. But
That's
if you were to put
interesting.
classical music on it, it would grow towards the speaker.
Towards it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Same thing with I read this Japanese professor. I forget his name. It's Masakura. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
But he did research in the fact that ice crystals, snowflakes, water can transform its the way it's made and its structure based off music. And if you are calm, the water will form into beautiful things and resonate positivity. And his study was basically how humans are mostly water. So if
we're 70%.
Yeah. So if we listen to classical music, we will be more positive in our thinking and be more creative. So it made me think, is everything, and the fact that water, plants have these emotions, is it possible then that AI
could eventually,
I mean, it's all it is information and knowledge, and that's essentially its intelligence is. If we want to get all Mormon doctrine.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That's crazy about the plants.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, neither did I. So last week when I studied for my midterm.
And the other thing that was interesting about 2049 is the concept of, does being born automatically make you have a soul,
Yeah, is it something you develop?
Yeah, that you develop, or because, the police chief tells Gosling about how he doesn't have a soul. And how in Gosling, he's like, I've never, what's the term that he uses? He's never, that's bugging me.
You got this, I believe in you.
they use a special term when they because a Blade Runner is tasked to hunt down replicants and get rid of them. And it's like, oh, that's so annoying. Someone tell me. I can't even think of it. But when because he talks about when he kills one of the replicants, he's never killed a replicant that was born before. Because the other ones.
Yeah. Were just created.
Yeah.
It makes you think kind of, it brought in the fact, like, what is a soul in the Blade Runner world?
Yeah,
like,
in the Blade Runner world, of course.
If you look at dictionary.com, the definition of a soul is the spiritual or immaterial part of a human being or animal regarded as immortal.
Huh.
So, is it possible, though, it's either spiritual or immaterial. It's depending on what you believe in. What we believe in is a spirit. But, Taft,
yes.
What if gaining a soul is a learning process?
Huh.
So over time in the Blade Runner series, through experiences,
they learn and then they start to develop a soul.
Yeah, like
that's an interesting concept.
Kind of like in iRobot, Vicky.
I have never seen iRobot, so tell me about Vicky.
Taft,
Vicky?
wait, Taft, you've never seen iRobot? You are a movie buff.
No, I have never seen iRobot. For some reason, that one just did not grab me. I thought the robots looked kind of
they're janky.
Too robotic.
You know, they're very robotic.
That's one of the reasons why I love Blade Runner is because it's still like gritty and raw and real.
That neo-noir feel,
that cyberpunk universe. It's like that could happen in the future, you know? But when I see like robots that look like Audi cars, you know, like silver shiny, I'm like, yeah, I'll leave it. But anyways, who's Vicky?
No,
who's
Vicky is the main like AI. She's like the Siri of iRobot, and then she basically like reprograms all the robots to take over the human race.
Oh,
it's like a typical and it's just because she's like humans like will eventually destroy themselves. Like look at like history. Yeah. So she became self-aware. Man, that's the one thing I don't like about these movies is like things become self-aware. Terminator, Skynet.
Yeah, Skynet.
Skynet getting self-aware and
must be destroyed,
nuking us and whatnot. But I don't know. What would you? Okay, here's a question, Taft.
Yes.
If in the what would you feel if in the next in the couple years, what if we had robots and you didn't really have to go to work? No, they would just like robot as a servant.
As a servant. Like it looked like a human, but you knew it was like a replicant, and they were just as a servant. Honestly, it would creep me out. It'd be weird because, like, I would know internally that thing doesn't have a soul.
Yeah.
Yet it looks like it does. So it's like
you're trying to figure out.
Tripping me out.
You gotta watch out. You gotta figure out. Am I turned? If it's a girl, you're like, am I turned on to this thing?
Like I imagine being asleep and I hear it like walking around the house at night.
Hello, Taft. And they talk like, hello, Taft.
Hello, Tyler. Would you like me to change your socks for you?
Yeah, and you're just like, no, thank you. Let me know if there's anything that you would need. And then just like walk off, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Hey, it could be convenient though.
Did you know though that I told you that there's a big thing in like the whole viewer discretion advised, but that people are wanting to like have physical relationships with
intimate
robots.
relations with robots. Yeah,
is that like? Let's see. Hold on. Let me just pull that up. Like,
it's strange. So,
is this where we're going for?
Joy.
Yes, anyways, don't Google that. Everyone don't Google that.
Joy is Ryan Gosling's holographic girlfriend, basically. But you find out that she's the base model for everyone else with a holographic girlfriend in the city. And so there's that disconnect. That was one of the eye-opening scenes in the movie, though, is when the big pink Joy
and that she
comes down to Gosling and calls him Joe. Did you catch that?
I think I did, but I didn't like connect it until
she calls him Joe, so it makes Gosling realize I'm not special. Joe was not just a typical, not a name.
Because that's what she called him.
Yeah, that's what she called him.
Yeah, that's what. She gave. So she's like, now that you, it's a spoiler, but she's like, you need a real name instead of what your other. And she's like, how about Joe
instead of a serial number?
Yeah. makes you think though. Then, because she's with a bunch of other replicants, does she know though that they're all gonna go through that same experience of needing a name?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Maybe.
Yeah, Blade Runner 2049 dealt with a lot of like evolution themes.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like towards the end we won't spoil it, but there's talk of evolution
Mm-hmm.
with the other replicants that are wanting to revolt at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And they've evolved, and they all know that. Everyone knows Harrison Ford's in the movie. Harrison Ford's
Yeah.
other person has evolved and has done the impossible, a miracle, and really it's all about evolution. The next movie's going to really I hope there's.
I hope there's a next one, but
People go and watch Blade
It's
Runner 2049. You're not there to watch action. You're not there to watch comedy. You're there to watch art.
yeah,
Like,
no, it's true.
You go into a
It's an
museum
art
and you look
flick.
at art.
It's a total art
Yeah,
flick.
the colors are beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Everything is so well done. Yes, you're gonna look in there and you're gonna go, "Why are they walking so slow? Why is everyone talking so slow?"
That was one of Tyler's complaints. He's like, I wish the characters would just walk a little bit faster. And it is true. Gosling, man, he is brooding in this film.
There's
He's
so
just
much
like
brooding.
walking, and thinking,
Yeah.
replicating. That's even a word. But it's amazing. It's so good. Because they don't really make movies like that these days.
They don't.
They don't, and especially big budget ones. I'm sure there's that, and that's why I was so excited for this, because a movie that's like up my alley, my genre. I love sci-fi, but it's got a big budget, and it's like you're immersed in this world, totally immersed.
And that's the thing about Blade Runner is you are immersed. It's not really about the characters.
Yeah, it's about the world.
It's about the
that
world
they live in and how crappy it is,
and all the questions that they're trying to figure out as a society is.
Yeah.
Because at the end of 2049, I was just like, okay, so what's civilization going to be at the end? Androids or humans? Because that's what they were trying to decide. Yeah. Whereas everyone, we get it. Star Wars is cool. I love Star Wars, but like. This one Skywalker family is effing up the universe. Like everything, like they are just effing up the universe in that story, and like you kind of get a sense of the world of Star Wars, but it's more character driven, which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, that's not bad. But
you
you need a change up.
Yeah,
you need to get like.
That's why I liked Rogue One a little more. There was more of like. It was more kind of political.
It
but
had all sorts. And this isn't to say that Blade Runner isn't character driven, because it definitely is, but.
Ryan Gosling's character is driven.
Oh, he is driven. That's
Yeah.
for sure. And you kind of feel bad for him, to be honest. But and you feel bad, and that's questions you as a viewer. You're feeling bad for a replicant. He's not even a real human being, yet you feel bad for him. So it's like interesting the feelings you have
that's
in
true.
the
I didn't think
film.
about that.
Like did you feel bad for him? Because he thinks he has this role, and he's going through all this crap.
I felt bad. Yeah, when he was when he was crying and he's angry that he like
has that memory.
Yeah, he has that memory and he thinks, "Oh man, I'm human." And then you guys have a week to see this. You guys had a week.
Yeah, you did. It's spoilers.
But
who cares?
yeah, But when he realizes at the end that it wasn't his.
Yeah,
it wasn't his
even his
memories.
memory.
That he's not. I felt bad, and at the very end, I was like, "Man, this is." When he's just on those steps.
Yeah,
And like that scene took forever.
Yeah.
I was just like, even when I'm like, die faster. but, and I will say this about the slowness, guys. The slowness is there for a reason.
It's
deliberate. It's a contemplating movie where while he's dying, it's there to reflect on the emotions that you
think about what's happened. Yeah. Transpired.
Most movies, you're just like, well, that was like things are happening too quick. You don't really understand how you feel, but you're given the opportunity to feel.
Yeah.
Like figure out how you feel and why you feel it in those moments before the next scene. So
I like that.
And that's an art.
That is an art.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
I appreciate it. It's like walking through a museum and you can take time to look at the next piece before going to the next piece in a museum. That's how I see Blade Runner.
That's a great review of it. Great comment.
I just broke my mic thing indefinitely. That was sad.
Indefinitely.
Yeah. Taft, what do you think? Blade Runner?
It's awesome. It's so cool. Like, I would recommend it to sci-fi fans. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody, to be honest. It's definitely not catering to everybody. It's not like your typical blockbuster Marvel movie.
No.
But if you want to see something different, and you want to be immersed in a world, and you like sci-fi, I guarantee you'll love it.
If you want to know what
it's
cinema
awesome.
was really made for,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like movies nowadays, it's all about entertainment. But if you want to know cinema, like the art of making movies, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure.
The CGI.
And that's
don't
what's
even
so
know.
cool about it. I read that article about CGI. Blade Runner was an example of it, that it's not there to impress you. It's there to fool you.
And it fools you completely.
It fools you.
For
You're
all
like,
I know,
holy crap.
For all I know, they were on a green screen the
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah.
And I wouldn't have known.
No, yeah. But most of the sets, they are real. Like because I've watched videos.
Oh, I'm
on
sure.
it. Yeah, the sets are real. And that's what Denis Villeneuve, he wanted the actors to feel immersed and actually be in a physical space that, like, whoa, this is a real world.
Yeah.
Because that helps the actor get into character.
Exactly. That's one thing I have a problem. I will say I have a problem with the superhero movies is it's all acted on a green screen.
Yeah.
So you can tell that
Yeah.
there's not really feeling it, except for Civil War. A lot of it wasn't green screen.
Civil War, and that was one of my favorites. That is
Yeah.
my favorite
Marvel
Captain
one,
America
yeah.
Marvel one.
Winter Soldier or Civil War.
Oh no!
Winter Soldier. But
Winter
even
Soldier.
Then, but even
Civil.
then,
Yeah.
but even then,
Winter
both of those.
Soldier.
But the Captain America movies aren't really green screen.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
real world, which is why I think they're the better of the Marvels, is because it's all real. So yeah, the director, what's his name?
Denis Villeneuve. I think he's French. I'm pretty sure he's a French dude. He directed Arrival and Sicario.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. 'Cause
Yeah.
those are good movies.
Yeah, they're way good.
Rival is all right.
I never saw Arrival, to be
A
honest.
little slow.
Yeah. Well, Blade Runner's slow too.
They're so slow. I will, and Taft's right. It's not for everyone. Like for me, I'm on the border where I'm like, would I watch this on my free time? Probably not. I'll be honest. But do I appreciate it and think it's awesome?
What it is.
What it is,
for what it is.
absolutely, yeah. I think it'd be really cool, and I'm looking at you, and I'm going to tag you and hashtag all the Blade Runner things. Is I want like a concept art book
That would be sick.
to see like the artists who had the artists and how they designed everything.
That would be way sick.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, yeah, Blade Runner,
Yeah.
do it.
Also, be advised, there is content in the movie
There's
that's
content.
not for kids.
Definitely not for kids.
So, yeah, but it's an awesome show. So just, look up on, what's that website?
IMDb.
IMDb,
IMDb,
or
check your morals.
Common Sense Media. Check your morals.
Check your morals. See where you. Yeah. Taft, anything else?
No, nothing else.
Guys, we gotta. Thank you so much. This is gonna be a short one. We're both pretty tired, and
yeah.
we just want to talk about Blade Runner. And I'm just looking at the calendar on our next guest. Our next guest, on Monday. On Monday is gonna be Connor Stapley. Connor
Really?
Stapley's episode.
Yeah.
We will upload that. It was a great conversation. It's my son.
My son.
Oh, it's the funniest conversation next to Sam Hershey's, Jeff's. They're all good.
Yeah.
They're all good. I just am biased because he's my son and I love him more than everyone else. But yeah, any other final things, Taft? Or
No,
just go
no.
watch it.
Yeah, enjoy the future for what it holds. Who knows? There might be
Replicants.
replicants.
Also, real quick before we end, fun fact: if you want a sex robot, it costs $10,000.
Wow.
looked it
Who
up.
would pay the cash for that?
I know, man.
Aye.
Men, work hard, be nice to women, and you'll get
exactly.
something.
Yeah, that's
Unless you have $10,000. I mean, yeah, you gotta look at these pictures, man. All right, anyways.
okay. We're out.